Hello everybody, welcome back to SnowRunner on my hard mode playthrough. Just approaching sunrise in Alaska. We're on the Pedro Bay map and we've done a fair bit actually down here. We've probably got contracts that will bring us back. I doubt if we'll be here for much longer, but I just want to come through this site and grab what I think is the last truck on Alaska, the ANK MK38, and then I think there's a task of some sort down here. So we're just going to run down through that road and grab those two things. Just as daylight breaks, and then we will come and get this oil pallet, the fuel pallet, with oil barrels, are they? But anyway, whatever they are, that pallet of barrels, we'll come and get that with the pay star, which I've kind of positioned roughly in the right place. I did a little bit of staging while it was dark off camera before starting to record, because it's obviously less fun to record in the dark. Get as much daylight as we can. I have no idea whether this vehicle that we're heading to needs repairs, needs fuel, needs dragging out. If it needs repairs, I'll have to bring another vehicle because I haven't got anything on this map that can do repairs. So going in, having a look, see what it is that's needed. So that also unlocked a different dairy. So I wonder if that doesn't look like it's a task at all. That just looks like I can get in it and enjoy. Change truck. Straight into the ANK. And it has a full tank of fuel and it is fully repaired. It is an always on, so it's actually an interesting truck. The issue with it is that I don't believe this one can take anything except that 2-slot sideboard. So in hard mode, I don't know how useful it'll be because it doesn't have a crane, so the hard mode challenge is an issue. Yeah, I'm not sure if this will be useful to us, but it's there. It looks like it's got some pretty chunky off-road tires, not chained. Cool. So it's ours now, and at some point I will collect it and drive it back to a garage, and then we'll have a look. And then now we'll just push on this track with the Taiga. I've thought about taking the ANK, but I'm so just carry on scouting in the Taiga as I'm going. And see what this task is down in this corner, because it's a task that I spotted on Map Runner when I was double checking the stuff that wasn't exposed by the watchtowers. So this looks like a scout go and have a look at a vantage point type of task. I think that's the exploration task. That's what those little flag icons normally mean. Let's have a look. The Mountains Road. Yeah, that sounds like a scouting one. So Albert is with the rescue service and wants me to go and check the lookout to see if anybody's lost in the mountains. So we'll accept that. Let's just have a quick look at where that is on the map. Okay, so that's the spiraling route up. Probably want to bring down the Hummer or another scout for that rather than trying to get up that pass in the Taiga. Some of those rocky bits look a little bit tight. So I probably will treat that as being a scout mission to come down and do at some point. Right, so we've now got 2 trucks in this little lane, the ANK and the Tega. For now, I will leave them where they are. And I am, for now, going to jump into the Paystar. Which, again, I staged it just before coming on recording. While I was moving it, I moved the Hummer that we've got to recover for somebody, just to get it a little bit further to its destination. Paystar is going to come in and grab this barrel of oil. Or pallet of barrels. I'm recording this. This is the first episode I've recorded since I think patch 16.1 dropped. But I haven't really looked into. I know that there's also an associated DLC where you can get a new truck, the Crocodile DLC. But again, that DLC, I don't know how useful that is, if at all, to hard mode, because camera junkiness, sorry about that. Yeah, you don't get it. You don't get DLC trucks for free, so I'm not sure if it's one that it's worth spending my hard-earned dollars on. Right. Right, so the task we're going to do with this is moving the stock, which means we need to grab 2 more or 2 packs of planks. So again, it's another 3 slot mission, which is quite nice because that's the Paystar specialism. And then while I was again staging before the episode, I moved the sideboard trailer to the wood stock loading area. Wood stock. So we will load that up with wood as well and go and do the downed pole task. So there's a couple of tasks that form a little chain here, where you're driving in the same direction, and you may as well just do them. Alright, so we need to load in total 4 stacks of wooden planks. I think what I'm going to do relatively soon is just then kind of convoy all of the trucks, maybe road train all the trucks back to Northport. Because there's a couple of garage things I want to do, like putting a loading crane on the Taiga, take that 4-slot trailer back, and it might be a case of looking at the contracts. There's quite a lot that needs to be done before it unlocks the stuff that needs doing here. So yeah, it might be a case of back to Northport basically and work your way out. Keep forgetting that this is a diff lock. When you switch a lot, I've been driving the Taiga a lot, and you get used to the fact that it's always on all-wheel drive and diff lock. So I forgot then that this thing's got a diff lock on it. So yeah, it may be a case of getting the fleet back into Northport and basically following the contracts out from Northport rather than staying in Petrel Bay and doing everything that you can do here. Yes, okay, so it might be that this mission unlocks the ability to load things at this site. Maybe that's why I didn't see anything loadable here before. Let's see. So, 1 barrel and 2. And then factory loading opened is the alert I got in the background. So, and that means over here I can now load consumables. So the reason that I've done it in this order is I did notice. So I'm going to do pole down next. But before I activate that, I noticed, and now I've got to remember which one it was. Service hub reactivation. Requires 2 consumables and 2 concrete blocks. And you can get the consumables here where we've just activated. And you can get the concrete blocks where we're just about to go after doing the pole down. So what I'm going to do is load two consumables here. And then they get dropped off at the service hub. Which happens to also be where the Hummer goes. But I didn't fancy dragging the Hummer through the route we've just done, that's all. I could have done, but I didn't fancy it. So I am going to, probably should have just left this trailer out on the road really, but it's fine, we'll manage. I'm going to load up 2 lots of consumables. Into the loading platform. Right. So that has hopefully got rid of the hazard on the road ahead of us. Let's get in and load up a couple of concrete blocks. Just pull the ass end of this trailer around. It's easier than trying to position it with reversing it. That'll do. Oh, it's done it again. Yeah, okay. Same as it did last time. I should have learned. That's annoying. The first one I loaded onto the loading platform, and then I disconnected my trailer. And disconnecting the trailer resets it, it seems. So that it loads, it auto loads it. So I should have checked that it was going to put it on the loading platform. I just tapped F and thought it was going to put it on the same place as the previous one. My bad. I do wonder if this, because this has got a loading icon on it, I do wonder if this, once you've done the delivery, because that's the task, that's giving you the task to recover the Hummer, which we're kind of halfway through recovering but need to drop off. And I do wonder if completing it activates that as a different cargo load area. Oh, let's pack the cargo. Right, and make sure I know where I'm going. So it's basically down here, out onto that main route, and follow that route all the way through. This is fine. Across the bridge, across the ice rather, past the fuel carrier, and into deliver. And make sure I've got the right thing targeted. Service hub. That's the one. Let's go. and I've got to get there with enough fuel to reach the fuel trainer. Should be alright. Quite a heavy cargo. So that ANK MK38, in my campaign mode save, I had the civilian version of it as a DLC truck. I think it was a DLC set, but anyway, I had one. And I found it fairly useful. Again, I don't know how useful it would be in hard mode, because I don't think it can do a crane and a cargo bed. But what I liked about it was it had the active suspension, so you could raise or lower the suspension depending on... So a drive like this, where you're on the road, lower the suspension because it makes you more stable, but if you are going off-road, raise the suspension to give you more ground clearance over obstacles. And it kind of felt like a useful truck in that regard, but of course in campaign mode I was also loading all my cargo and didn't really care about the fact that I don't think it can do a crane. So it's quite limited basically in its add-ons, and the MK38 even more so. And without the ability to put a crane on it, I really don't know or think it would be useful for me. So I may end up selling it. It may be the first truck we've sold since Michigan. Oh, I'm out of fuel. That's why it's coughing and spluttering. The thirsty beast is going through fuel like nobody's business. I am out of fuel. That's a nuisance. That is a nuisance. The fuel carrier is here, so there's no way I would have got to that. Okay, Tiger it is. Let's stop messing around. Let's just get on with it. Daylight's wasting. So the Tiger is going to grab the ANK, tow it out in convoy as a winch, just so that I don't have to drive it twice. Get it out onto the road, drop it, pick up the Hummer, go down, deliver the Hummer, top up with fuel, and then head around and put some fuel in the Paystar. I like the sound of it. Yeah, I like the... Yeah. It's a shame if it is useless to me. Right. Let's get this thing out onto the road so that it's easy to recover when it's time to drive back. I think there's something weird, as in, like, this can only have the sideboard bed, but the civilian version can't have a sideboard bed or something. There was something weird about the combination of these two trucks that made me think, why'd they do it like that? They basically put in two pretty nice looking trucks that I found interesting to drive, but not massively useful. This is eating into the time I wanted to be done with this and head into Northport by now. And I'm only grabbing the Hummer because I've got to go down to that corner of the map to do a fuel rescue. So I may as well deliver the Hummer while I'm doing that. Keep forgetting there's a little bit of sticky mud underneath that innocuous, that safe looking snow. So I don't understand why they leave these bloody barriers here. They're just a pain in the ass. They don't do any use, they don't serve any purpose. When I fix they remodel the pipe because we come in and fix it and just move the barriers out of the way. Alright, so that's that task completed. So what I wonder is if I can select it. No, it's still showing that as being a... So that was service hub rest... No, we haven't done service hub restoration yet. Right, that might be why this is still showing a bit weird. Yeah. So we need to do the mission that the pay star is on, which is service hub reactivation. Yeah. This fuel trailer is probably a little bit in the way for the pay star to come through with a trailer. I'm sure it'll cope. Let me just top up so that I can give as much as possible to the pay star and still have some left in my tank. It's quite a slope to bring trailers through, isn't it? Should be alright though, I think. I'm soon to find out, because here's the thirsty beast. Right, so I wouldn't want to. What if I fill it up? What does that leave me? Leaves me with 35. That's not quite enough, is it? Yeah, that's better. 117 should get the Tiger out to a fuel tank without a problem. I think. And that should be more than enough to get the Paystar to the fuel tank that we just drove past. I hope. Yeah, that's fine, that angle. Don't think there's any danger to it. Oh, hello. Don't speak too soon. That's fine. That's the curse, isn't it? What a stupid thing to say. Yeah, it's fine, no problem. What could possibly go wrong? So, good job we got the winch on when I did. That would have been over. I think actually it was probably the rock that I was leaning on that saved me, as much as the winch. I don't know what the gaming equivalent of Sod's Law is, if there's a... it always... I know this isn't an online game, but it always feels like the devs are listening in, ready to spike your game if you say something stupid like, yeah, this is fine now, this is easy. Right, okay, so we got to the fuel can. So we'll fill her up, because she's the first to go. Let's get in and deliver this cargo. And then see what the service hub gives us as a loadable cargo. I'm really enjoying this pace though. I know I keep saying I enjoyed Alaska, but I think some of it is that I've got some trucks that I'll just enjoy driving as well. So I do like the scenery, I do like the snow, You know, like the fact that I'm finally in snow, but I also, between the Tega, the Paystar, the Derry, and even the Hummer, I'm enjoying all of the vehicles that I've got so far. Right, so cargo, and we've got everything that it needs. Alright, everything we need. Now we can get this place up and running again. I'm a man of my word, so feel free to drop by whenever you need patching up. Ah, okay, so it's going to be a resupply depot, isn't it? Is it a resupply depot? Come by whenever I need patching up. It unlocks something else as well, so cargo delivery. Coiled tubing semi-trailer. High saddle required. So that's the trailer here, obviously. The one that we can see. What I'm confused by is it said, come by whenever you need patching up. And I can't see, unless it's a hard mode thing, that there isn't. There's no... I expected that to turn into a cargo loading area, and it didn't. That's not a garage, is it? No, there's no yellow lines around it for a garage. So we've got to deliver this trailer, but I can't at the moment because I haven't got the right truck on the map. What do I want to do? Drilling supplies. That's a different map. So I went through all of the tasks earlier. And that one that we've just done is the only one that was for Petrol Bay. But there might be other stuff in these locked tiers that can require us to come back here. But at the moment, I think that's all that we can do on this map. So my next task, I think, is to turn around, get back up to... Why does that still say the lost tools? What's the lost tools? It's not a contest. I've missed something, haven't I, when I've been there? So using the trick that I was taught out of comments, let's have a look at the tasks. The lost tools in Pedro Bay. Looks like vehicle spare parts. Long story short, we need supplies in order to get them through our logistics. Too long to get them here. How about giving us a hand? So I've missed picking up a task up near that loading area that we were at earlier. So I'll grab that as well, just so I know what they all are. Don't think I've missed anything else, but we'll be coming back to this map anyway, so I'm not too worried. So I've got to try and turn around with this boxy trailer on, which is never fun. And I'm assuming this service bay that we just reactivated in easy mode would do something, but in hard mode it is locked out. I thought it might have turned into a resupply zone from the way it was talking, but it doesn't look like it. I can't see anything. So I am going to gather the vehicles back. Time-wise, there's not a lot more that I can fit into this episode. Fill up the fuel here and gather the vehicles back at the place that the gooseneck trailer is located. and I'll see you there. Okay, here we are back. Let's just see what this task is. This is the one that I missed. So, lost tools, chief engineer, logistics, etc. So let's just have a quick track and see what it is that's needed. The lost tools. So somewhere down here, I've got to pick up something that's been lost. It's there, isn't it? Whatever. How many? Just the one. It's got to be that little pallet of stuff there, hasn't it? Probably. Because it's one pallet of vehicle spare parts that he needs. So annoyingly, I could have done that while I was just down there with the Paystar. If I'd have thought to tag this before driving up, I could have done that on my way past. But I'll be in and out of that corner of the map, I'm sure. So I'm not going to worry about it for now. So I've brought the Tiger up, attached it to the gooseneck. I've got the Paystar with its sideboard trailer. They're both refueled from this fuel carrier, which is down to 65%. I'm in the ANK because it was just disconnected from anything and convenient to drive in and check this task out. I have a slightly mad idea I'm going to try. But pretty much I will be in this episode driving all of these vehicles back to, or no, maybe not all of them, driving the vehicles, some of them, back to Northport in a convoy, and then I'll wrap the episode, so there won't be any more deliveries. So I won't be offended if anybody has had enough for the episode, but that's my plan. But my mad idea, that might make it more interesting, I don't know if it'll work yet, is to see whether this ANK will fit on that low loader so that I can take it as a passenger. Because I've got 3 vehicles. So I'll put the ramps down and we'll see. Will it fit? Kind of looks like it might. Bit icy mind, isn't it? Oops, don't... Careful. That's almost on, isn't it? Turn the engine off. This would be a bit of fun if it works, wouldn't it? Change into the Tiger. And in the Tiger, can I hack that truck? Yes, I can. Start my engine. Activate the ramp. Oh, look at that. What a beauty. Kill my engine. That's my thumbnail. So I'm going to take them in convoy. That's a special convoy then, isn't it? That'll be a bit of fun. I can't tow with the Tiger because there's no suitable towing point on that low loader trailer. But what I can do is tow with the Paystar, I think, because these red trailers I know do have decent towing eyes. So I'll turn on the engine of the Tiger and then we will head back and see if I can get to Northport without dropping any of this. Well, without dropping the ANK, really. Yeah, that's a bit of fun. Alright, well, that was a bit of fun. It is very slow, so it has resulted in the recording being longer than I intended. So I may end up time-lapsing some of that, maybe even cutting some of it, which seems a bit silly. But I may have to. But they are back at the garage. So I'm going to turn the engine off the Tega, disconnect the winch, turn the engine off the Paystar, and I am going to wrap the episode there. I'm going to take them in the garage, and if there's anything significant going on, I'll start the next episode probably in the garage and talk about what upgrades I might have done. But other than that, the next episode really we will be looking at the tasks and contracts for this map and work our way from this map outwards. Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to do it. Feels like the best way to do it, so we'll see. I hope you enjoyed the little bit at the end. I'm not sure exactly how I'll edit that to make it in the length of the episode, but it might just be a time lapse with some music going. But I found it enjoyable, and I will do more road trains like that in the future because I can see the benefit of just going with multiple vehicles and multiple cargoes. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you all in the next one. Thank you very much for the support, the comments, the likes, the subscriptions, etc. It's all wonderful. And I hope to see you in the next episode where we carry on doing this Northport map. Thank you and goodbye.